Hey, what's up, Concrete Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Today's card of the day is going to be none other than Erica's Hospitality. Beautiful card, extremely high value, just the best of Japanese card quality. Nah, just kidding, bro. It's going to be Crasher Wake, baby. Crasher Wake, he thick. We got the gym leader, the fourth gym leader from Sinnoh. Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, great era, great card. This card slept on, man. He is thick as hell. It's sitting at like a $10 and $15 card, even in Japanese. It's still got that good card quality. Great. Just, I don't know. There's just some cards that kind of slip through the cracks. I mean, look at this, man. Look at this absolute unit of a Chad right here. Just, I don't know. I guess some people just don't like good cards. So I want to talk about something. First of all, appreciate everybody who checked out yesterday's video. I know that's kind of different. Me showing off my binder. I was kind of like handheld and it didn't really have any super good quality. No face, no nothing. Like the potato-ass quality audio. It's just, I wanted to show that stuff because I've been collecting the Japanese Sword and Shield full art supporters for a while. It's been over 3 years. I had the whole binder. I missed some shit on Sun and Moon because the prices of stuff went up. I didn't want to miss it again. So I just wanted to share that I had accomplished that. Raihan, SAR, the one card I was missing, and I was able to get that. Appreciate to the homie who actually sold that to me and made the collection possible. There's something weird I noticed actually about when I post that, though. A lot of people are super, supportive, praise, and all that good stuff, and they enjoyed seeing the Japanese side of cards. A lot of people do collect those in English, and I get that bias. I noticed something, especially with people that would like DM me specifically or something like that on Instagram, where people would be like, you talk a whole lot about value of cards and how that's such a bad thing, but I mean, look at all these cards you have. You must only collect those Japanese full art trainers because of value or the quality or pinpoint or something like that. That's the only reason someone would collect that stuff or anything, because otherwise you just collect English. You'd be able to get those exact same cards for cheaper quality on that shit. And it just kind of blew my mind because it was something that it's just like these people, I guess, just don't understand, or they don't know the change that has happened with Pokemon cards, where this shit used to be the actual cheaper variation of cards. Like, it just kind of blows my mind that like the English was actually just like this not that long. Like, it wasn't quite this bad, and even some of like English supporters are now just going up for some stupid fucking prices, like the Lily cards and the Cynthia cards, which, I mean, I guess it makes a little bit more sense. Ultra Prism and like other Sun and Moon sets being out of print. It's just, it kind of blows my mind that people just don't understand why somebody would collect something out of value, especially when a lot of the people saying shit are all excited and pumped about Iono. Like, people are saying all kinds of stuff. And it kind of brings up another topic too, is like Japanese just feels weird now. Like, it's especially with the whole dynamic of that. I've been opening Scarlet and Violet cards. I actually got a couple boxes from Cool Trainer Ryan. I appreciate that. Once again, by the way, I'll do a post and all that. I'm probably on Instagram talking about it. And I was opening up. Pull rates were awesome. Was getting some cool cards. The spread of shit was cool. Was thinking about it, and I didn't really feel any kind of way about it. I was just kind of like, oh yeah, no, these are cool. I actually opened some cards for cheap, not really breaking the bank. Whenever I talk about like Japanese cards especially, I feel like I kind of have to like compensate for what I'm doing nowadays, because there's a set group of people who fucking collect Japanese cards now. They're just fucking assholes. They just are. They're just like basically vintage bros, but they're doing it on the Japanese modern side of the house. Just justifying crazy prices, talking all this shit. Basically saying if you don't collect these cards, you're not a fan of Pokemon. You don't really go as hard as everybody else. Get your money up, get your bag up. Obviously, don't fucking care. When these motherfuckers couldn't even tell you what gym town what town Iono's gym's in, what Pokemon she throws out, what her fucking stream name is. They couldn't tell you anything because they don't fucking care. All they see is a card with a high value price tag, and that's what it is. So I feel kind of bad talking about Japanese cards, especially because I don't want to be associated with those fucks. And it just got me thinking, it's like, that is not how Japanese collecting used to be. There's just this whole snooty dynamic that has now erupted from that, where people are really like, I will never touch an English card ever again because it's so low value. Why even collect this garbage? Like that kind of shit. And it's very apparent. It reminds me a whole lot of when like vintage bros were stomping around 2018 and 19. Basically going like, why would you even bother collecting English cards? There's no value to them. Not English. English Modern, excuse me. Why would you collect English Modern, especially like Sun and Moon tag team era? There's no value. There's no appeal. Wizards of the Coast are nothing. Fucking all that good value stuff. Level X's, prime cards, old school lowercase EXs. If you didn't like any of that shit, you were just a pleb. And now that's happening with Japanese cards too, where people are just kind of like putting this like, oh, English is so bad and I would never do that. It's like, I didn't even collect English because I didn't want to. I didn't collect English because I committed to Japanese, because the price of cards were so fucking expensive and the product was being hyped and everything was being scalped here in the States whenever everybody was trying to get their money and get their content. that I full fucking committed to Japanese cards. I used to collect both, but couldn't afford it anymore because like English shit it was crazy. I couldn't justify getting all those pulls, couldn't justify the product prices, and now it's happening once again with Japanese and just this snooty, arrogant level. Like I see why some people don't like Japanese collectors. I really do, because there's just some motherfuckers that they feel like they're better because they have a certain card and it has like a different price tag attached to it. Very much in the vein of the vintage fuckboys. And like if you look at my content by itself, I could see where someone would kind of associate me with that as well, especially yesterday's video. I was not showing that off just to be a prick. I was showing that off because I was excited. I finished the set, and there was people who understood. I just didn't want. I kind of wanted to talk about it because I noticed this snooty, nasty, entitled behavior popping up again in the Japanese market when it wasn't currently there. Like it wasn't there before, and it's now just it's erupted now. It's just a fucking full send in Japanese, like Japanese superiority, Japanese quality that no one used to care about, Japanese quality of cards that have been around since fucking forever, but now all of a sudden everybody wants to act like they want that stuff. Like, oh, they grade better. They've always graded better. Oh, they're nicer quality. They've always been nicer quality. The pull rates are way lower on Japanese, so I don't know. Like, I guess that's what one thing people might like about them. But like Clayburst came out, people are already full sending at $220 a box, and already getting at other people being like, hey man, if you can't afford this shit, you can't fucking do that. I guess you're not a real fucking fan. Get your money up, big dog. I'm the real Iono fan. I don't know anything about her, but that's me. I'm the real fan, and they couldn't even tell you anything about Grusha. They don't know anything about fucking Tinkaton or the link with that. They don't know anything about Baxcalibur. It's fucking funny. I just noticed that this whole paradigm for Japanese cards, this snooty era that I noticed in English whenever I made my transition, is starting to pop up over there. And anybody who sees that, that's not all Japanese collectors. There's still some good people that don't do that shit. It's kind of nuts. It really is, especially like people just talking shit about English pull rates and like all that stuff when they're super good. They're nice, and people just kind of talking shit about that. Like no one's ever happy with any of that stuff. They're only happy if they pull a $2,000 card, which that's kind of the way it's going with things with Iono right now. I'm sure everybody's seen that. So you want to engage in that bullshit, you do you. Just snooty ass behavior, some entitled ass bullshit floating around here when it comes to Japanese cards. That's all I got. Just wanted to address that stuff. Once again, appreciate you guys checking out my videos today. See you later, virgins.